Why do the #1 archers in the world choose the proven brands of True Ball Release and Excel sights? Because they want to win.
I will prevail.
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 Welcome back to the Lancaster Archery Classic 2017. We are at the True Ball XL Archery Hall at the Spooky Nook Sports Complex. We want to make sure we welcome all of our Blue Ridge Cable subscribers here in Lancaster County, all of our viewers that are watching the Hoyt live stream through Lancaster.com and YouTube. And if you want to follow live scoring, you can follow that on archers.com. That's RCHERZ.com. I'm here with my co-host Teresa Johnson. Teresa, we are about ready to see the top of the top, the ladies or the women's pro division. This will be the top bracket for gold, silver, bronze.
Absolutely, and we've got some of the best female archers in the United States, in fact, in the world competing here. We've got international talent as well as domestic. Up on stage right now, you see here we've got Paige Gore. She's going to be competing alongside Sharon Carpenter. Now, both of these ladies very skilled in multiple archery disciplines. Sharon Carpenter, a 3D archery standout. For our Blue Ridge Cable subscribers, that means that she competes in a style of archery that involves shooting three-dimensional foam animals at known and unknown distances outdoors. Sharon opens with looks like she just caught the 10 on the low end of it. Let's see how Paige responds.
Now, Paige, a very accomplished shooter. She's been shooting on the national and the international tour for many, many years. The World Cup Series, the U.S. World Team, the U.S. National Team, just switched over to shooting Bowtech this year. Sharon has a 10 just out to the left there. She did not hit that inner ring, which does score 11 points.
So when we're talking about shooting a Bowtech, we're referring to the brand of bow that Paige is shooting. That was a big change for her this year. She had been with her previous equipment sponsor, literally, I think, since she was a kid, right, Chuck?
I think so. She'd been with those guys for a long, long time. Sharon definitely bearing down here. That was a great shot. She's going to be rewarded with hitting that inner ring, the 11 points. And Paige takes aim here. Paige, I've shot with her before on the line. She shot, the last time I shot with her was an outdoor event in Yankton, South Dakota. She actually shot the highest score on the entire field, beating all men, all women, everybody all together.
Let's give them a hand for the great first inning. Paige, we've known each other for several years. This is your first time coming to the Classic. You come the whole way from California. What do you think of this weekend? You having a good time?
Yeah, it's awesome. The event's organized so well and the venue's beautiful, so I'm glad I came. I've heard for years everyone said it's like their favorite tournament, so I figured I had to make the trip.
Well, we're certainly glad you did. How did your qualification round and your eliminations go?
Qualification was rough, but then yesterday came back and was normal. It was better, so I was like, all right, I did it when I needed to, so it worked out.
Very good. It's a real accomplishment to just make it up to the stage here. How are you feeling, Sharon?
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little nervous. This is my first time making the Final Four for Lancaster, so I'm just happy I made it this far.
Well, very good. Congratulations to you both. You're both off to a great start. Paige does have a 1-point lead, and will choose first or second. First. Okay. Paige will lead off at the buzzer.
So when we think about what's on the line, Chuck, we have some big cash prizes in store for the ladies who managed to pull off the top 4 positions in the women's pro class.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, there's a straight purse that all these archers are eligible for. And in this division, the women's pro division, 4th place, $750, 3rd place, $1,000. Second place, $1,500. First place is $3,000. But let's think about some of the companies that these women are shooting for as well. You see their sponsor logos all over their jerseys. You see Sharon Black Eagle hat there, and the Matthews shirt. Those companies are archery manufacturers, and we're explaining this to the mostly to the cable subscribers who may not be as familiar with tournament archery as our regular listeners. There's a lot of money on the line from all the different bow companies. For the Women's Open Pro, there's an additional $4,000 for first place, $1,000 for second, third place is $500. Depending on the arrows that they're shooting, you could win as much as another $300 to $500 or $1,000. Now, Paige, because she's shooting a Bowtech, she has an additional $8,000 on the line if she can win first place. Sharon has $600 or $500 available because of the arrow sponsor and things like that. And the stabilizers, those are the long rods that hang off of the bars that they're using to help balance the bow. So there's quite a bit of money on the line here, and we'll get some words from the ladies after that end and find out how they felt.
As a little girl, you came up shooting a bow. When did you start shooting?
At like age 2. Yeah, really young. My parents both shot, so they started my brother and I. They were going to the range and figured if they're going to be with us, they might as well shoot too.
That's awesome. Growing up in an archery family then.
Yeah, that made it a lot better because mom and dad shot, so they kind of understood what everything was. So kind of as I started progressing, they were kind of like, oh, okay. They didn't shoot any of like the FIDA and any of the different stuff, but it's been nice to have the support that gets it.
Yes, and I see that you married a bow hunter and an archer too, and he certainly gets it.
Yes, yeah, he does. That's cool. So he shoots, and then my sister-in-law, Heather Gore, shoots, and she was here this weekend. So it's kind of cool because now the whole family is an archery family.
Great. Great to hear that story. Go ahead and get your arrows, and we'll get to the third end at the halfway point, 63-62. Paige Gore leads by just 1 point over Sharon Carpenter. Choose first or second.
Paige is such a skilled archer, Chuck, and I've had the pleasure of following her for several years, covering her during target archery events on the international scene as well as domestically through USA Archery. She's a standout. She's also a real pro in her interviews. She's a true professional in every sense of the word. And here you can see she stays very calm, very collected, facing somebody like Sharon, who shoots a different discipline, but is an equally skilled shooter.
Absolutely. I mean, Sharon's no slouch. You're normally going to see Sharon on 3D range, like you mentioned earlier, shooting, what I call rubber deer, the foam animal thing at known and unknown distances. Paige, I think, is more of a target archer. She got into 3D archery recently to kind of keep her shoulders alive so that she wasn't shooting quite as many arrows. In a 3D round, you'll typically only shoot 20, maybe 30 or 40 arrows in a given day versus a target round where you may shoot a couple of hundred arrows in a given day. And, that beating that your body takes over the course of a lifetime really starts to show.
Paige is really focuses a lot on her training and spends a lot of time practicing, as you mentioned. That is going to really help her today if she can get through this match and she has any hope of fighting her way to the top of this bracket and the gold medal prize. She's got to be able to be strong through many arrows, over 80 arrows. And if anybody can do it, it's certainly Paige.
And an 11 for Sharon. Good strong shot. See these guys ahead. How you feeling up there, Sharon?
A little nervous. I'm just trying to make the shot and just keep focused. That's all I can do.
Well, very good. Sharon is one of the top 3D pros on the ASA circuit, and we've gotten to know Sharon and Jack over the years, and we certainly love them as a couple, and appreciate you coming to the LAS Classic. Let's talk about your gear just a little bit. I see you're sporting one of the new Matthews and an Excel sight in a beautiful pink color, shrewd scope, and what bars are you shooting?
I'm sorry, what?
What rods?
Oh, Shrewd Stabilizers, the Onyx.
Very good. The Onyx Shrewd Stabilizers, Hamsky Rest. I see Black Eagle PS26 arrows, and
That's the new stand.
the new stand release, the Perfex release. Very good. Okay, we've got arrows coming back. We'll go over Paige's equipment very quickly. I see you're shooting a brand new Bowtech. It's beautiful in white. I love it. And tell me about the rest of your gear.
I'm running the A Freak Show. I have an Excel site, specialty archery housing, Carbon Express arrows. Those have been awesome. Carter Release, America's Best Bowstrings, just name a few. Oh, I'm shooting Bernie's bars, the Control Freak stabilizers.
As is my daughter. She loves them too.
They're super light. Super light, so they're good for women.
Very good. Very good. Well, nice shooting. You're both having a great match. We've got a close line down there that Mary's taken a hard look at on Sharon's target. How does this compare to other stages that you've been on over the years? You've been on many stages all over the world, World Cups and things. You've shot a lot of international archery.
It's just different. This is actually my first indoor. So normally outside, it's outdoor lighting. So it's definitely different going from the lighting of the venue to the practice range to here. It's about the only thing that varies, but the venue itself is pretty cool.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You know, Paige just made an important point, Chuck, about the differences between indoor and outdoor archery, and this underscores, you know, for those who may be watching and are a little new to seeing archery or they're excited to try archery, this is a great year-round sport. It can be done indoors or outside. In the winter, in the summer, there's archery year-round, and of course the best place to get started is to find your local pro shop. There's a listing of those on archery360.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Get out there and get some experience. Now, Paige, with that long delay, what we witnessed, and again, we're going to touch on some stuff that we normally don't bring a highlight to, and that's for our local Blue Ridge Cable subscribers who are tuned in now. The judges down there, wow, Sharon absolutely center punched that target. The judges were down there looking at that with a lighted magnifier to make sure that they gave the archer the score that they earned and that they deserved. Paige matches that 11 with another one of her own. It's important that the judges here, they're not here to try to take away points if they think the archer missed, but they try to advocate for the archer, try to make sure that if they hit that next higher line, then they get that point. Sharon lands another 11, and she didn't look very comfortable with that shot, but she was rewarded with a great hit.
Now we're seeing Paige, and she's super steady. You notice that Paige uses her index finger to trigger the release of the arrow. She's using a wrist strap release, and she's just a slow squeeze, but mostly using her back muscles to activate that release aid.
Versus Sharon, there's a great shot at her target. She uses a thumb button or a handheld release, and as she squeezes that release will fire, and that arrow will launch out of the bow. She grabs a 10, and that'll give that end advantage to Paige.
Very nice job. Great sportsmanship there from Paige and from Sharon. Sharon, fourth place at this LAS Classic Tournament. You had the opportunity to take the stage for yourself and your sponsors. $750 for fourth. Congratulations. Nice shooting. Give Sharon Carpenter a hand. Be sure to follow her on the ASA tour throughout the year. Come on down. Okay, Sarah Sönnichsen will be our next competitor in the Women's Pro Division. Let's give Sarah a hand.
Now up next we've got Sarah Sönnichsen entering the stage, and Sarah speaks to the fact that this is a truly international archery competition with an incredible level of talent. Just many of the best shooters in the world are here. Sarah, currently world ranked number 3, many gold, silver, and bronze medal wins in World Cup and World Championship competitions.
Only age 21 as well, coming all the way over from Denmark.
Classic this year.
I thought it was fun. It sounded fun, and it's really big and great competition, so why not?
Did it meet your expectations?
Definitely. It's really, really fun, and it's kind of different because I'm not used to shooting the 11. So it's really, really fun to be able to do that.
Well, very good. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, it looks like Sarah has chosen the left stage. Paige will take the right stage. Go ahead and step up, ladies. Just to explain, at the whistle, your 30 seconds will begin. As your arrow hits, her 30 seconds will begin. It goes back and forth, so you want to load your bow and be ready in between each arrow.
So it looks like we've got Sarah coming up in an international competition. we normally don't have the 11. That's something that's unique to the Lancaster Archery Classic. Normally an arrow is scored just out of 10 points, and out of 10 points, Sarah averages a 9.61 internationally, which is a pretty strong score.
Very strong score. Oh, looked at the wrong target. There's Paige's target. She hit the top of the 11 with her arrow there.
There goes Sarah.
Also hits the 11. Now in international scoring, what we're calling the 11 ring, that small inner ring, is typically only scored as 10 points, and that's what Teresa alluded to with her comments, that they normally don't score it as 11. So Paige definitely feeling in a groove, even though she got moved over a target. Sarah for sure matches her, 11 for 11. These ladies are shooting absolutely on fire.
Sarah actually last year had a fantastic indoor season, and part of the upcoming Vegas shoot, which is one of the largest indoor archery tournaments, if not the largest in the world, is that they also hold an indoor World Cup final there, which Sarah won last year, besting all of her international competitors.
Nice shooting, ladies. Let's give them a hand. Sarah, how does this stage compare to others that you've shot at, whether it be NEAM or other tournaments in Europe and across the world?
I'm not like used to be so high up, but it's weird.
Okay, same distance, same target. The target's on the same level, but yes, the elevation, the lights, it's certainly, it's all done to create drama and excitement for the tournament. You feel that?
Definitely, my legs are like shaking.
Okay, very good, very good. We don't have any vibrator under there to make any, no, not at all. Okay, the arrows are coming back. We've got a very close match. Paige has a 1-point lead. Do you choose to shoot first or second? First. Okay, arrows are coming back.
So we'll talk about the importance of shooting first. Why would an archer want to do that? Well, it can give them a bit of a competitive advantage. Let's face it, their opponent has to sit there and watch the score that they put up on the board. Now, a good archer is not paying attention to their opponent's scores, Chuck. They're actually only supposed to be focused on their own game and especially on how they execute the shot. The reality is by shooting first, Paige puts just a little bit of pressure on Sarah, who now knows she has to hit an 11 to be competitive on this end against a shooter like Paige Gore.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no give here. There's no room for her to miss at all. She matches that up, puts an 11 on the board, and these ladies are shooting just as good as any of the top pros in the world, which is exactly what we expect out of them. You know, for a long time, the deference in the game has always been that women aren't as good as men. And, you know, we're seeing that that's not necessarily the case.
Well, it's definitely not the case, Chuck, if you look at the phenomenal shooting by the women that we've seen this weekend. Oh, and the only one we really have to think about there is Erika Jones, who yesterday put down a near perfect round, dropping only 1 point out of 12 arrows, absolutely rivaling any of the men out there. Fantastic shooting from these ladies, and we'll see more from Erika Jones later on.
There's another 33 out of Paige there, and then Sarah, another 33 out of her to close this end.
All right, let's talk about your gear a little bit. I see that you're shooting Matthews bow and a true ball sight. What other accessories are you shooting, Sarah?
I'm shooting Dunker, and then the true is gold, and then Axel true gold and Matthews.
Very good, very good. We'll wait for the arrows to be called. And I take note that you're shooting a wrist release. It looks like an I Like Mike from Carter. Do you like that style of release?
I do. I noticed when I shot one of the handhelds that in situations like this, I'd death grip the release and I could never get it to go off. So I've noticed that with this and taking that element out of there, that it tends to be a little more consistent.
Very nice, very nice. You execute the shots beautifully on that release.
Yeah, it's taking a little longer to go off at the moment than it should, but that's normal. So, yeah.
That's great. Okay, Paige has, it looks like, a 2-point lead, 66-64. So she will choose first or second? First.
So Paige again is elected to shoot first, and Of course, she's got a 2-point lead in this match now. The way the cumulative scoring works, of course, you're carrying your score from end to end, and so you don't want to get down against a competitor. In other words, you don't really want to be 2 points down against Paige Gore right now. She's a very formidable competitor. And look at her. I mean, she's just drilling the 11 right now. If you're Sarah, you want to be hitting that 11 as much as you can for the next 2 ends.
11.
That's exactly what she needed to stay in the match. She is 2 points down. She's got to hope for Paige to just clip a 10. You don't see anything, you know, there's no reason to believe that Paige is going to have a big miss. So you got to hope that she just pops a 10. Man, that shot looked very comfortable. Now, Paige doesn't believe it was comfortable, but it looked comfortable in her hand. The bow sat steady.
Now, we talk about the way that the bow sits in the hand, and we always talk a lot about the release, which triggers the arrow, but this is the way that the hand holds the bow and where her stabilizer goes. Her stabilizer is very, very steady. There's a lot of weight out in front of her bow, but it doesn't move a lot.
That's a 9.
That one dropped low. Now let's look at the hold on the bow.
She has to capitalize on this to stay in the match.
And 11. Let's see how
That should tie it up. That should absolutely tie it up. That'll make a great 4th end.
Officially, it looks like we have a tie. 97 all. 97 all. So this is exciting. This is what we shoot for, right? How you feel?
Good, good. Yeah.
No worries. I did want to note, I know that over the years you had a bit of elbow issues from shooting with a hyperextended elbow for years, and you overcame incredible adversity, you know, as a teenager, loving to shoot, living to shoot your bow, and you couldn't shoot because of pain and that injury. What did you go through to overcome that?
Honestly, FIDA was my kind of like biggest enemy because it's so many arrows. And so I stepped back from FIDA, gave it a little bit of time to kind of get better, worked on my form, my shot, changed my alignment, and kind of came back. I'm actually going to shoot FIDA again this year. I did 2 years ago since then, and it definitely makes it harder, but it's doable now with what I changed. So.
Well, it's great to see you overcome that adversity and come out strong, and it's a pleasure to see you here shooting. Okay, we've got a tie match. No, excuse me, we have a tie match. We have the last end here. Comes down to the very last end. Sarah, how are you feeling?
Shaking a bit.
This is good. This is what it's all about. This is what you trained for.
This is what I'm living for. So.
Well, thank you so much for coming so far to shoot in our tournament. I'm glad that it's met your expectations. Okay.
What a match, Chuck. We've got a 97 all score on the board, which means these two ladies have 3 arrows to decide who will move on, have a chance to compete for that top prize of $3,000 and a lot of contingency money.
A lot of contingency money. Paige right now, if she advances, she has the opportunity to win anywhere between $2,000 and $8,000 just from her bow sponsor. If she doesn't, it's only $1,000. So there's a huge amount of pressure here for her to move on and capitalize.
Nice shot. She does a really good job there.
These girls are going blow for blow. This might be we haven't seen a tie shoot-off yet in 2 days of competition.
Which is just incredible.
We may see it right here if both of these ladies finish up with 11s.
Slow and steady from Paige Gore. She holds it together.
A little longer hold than normal.
Little shake there. This is unusual for her.
Ooh,
wow.
You see the tremble. The nerves have gotten to her. It's a 10.
Just out to the left.
Sarah can totally win this match right here if she hits an 11.
And if I'm Paige, I am not a happy camper
for
right
a
now.
10.
And
11.
It's not 11. Sarah Sönnichsen.
Wow,
moving on.
Paige Gore is eliminated. That is a huge upset.
Major.
Paige Gore takes 3rd place. Congratulations, Paige. Nice shooting, tough match.
Yeah.
It's back and forth, super exciting. We loved it. How you feeling now?
Good. Less nervous because I don't have to shoot any more arrows. But no, this is really cool. This is awesome.
Okay. Well, you have a payday, a very nice payday today. $1,000 from Lancaster Archery, for your third place win and $1,000 from Bowtech as contingency. So we're thankful for all the manufacturers that provide contingency for this tournament. Congratulations, and we'll see you again in Vegas.
Thank you guys. This has been awesome.
Sarah, come on down off the stage. Congratulations on that win.
Wow, that was an incredible match to watch
Fantastic
from those two
shooting.
ladies. Really solid shooting. And now coming up into this next match, I think we're going to see Erika Jones come up. And she's the high qualifier. It's going to be really stunning.
Just
really
one of the
stunning.
best shooters out there, and Erika is incredibly talented. Let's hear what she has to say.
Shoot on the left stage.
Oh, maybe not.
Sarah, take the right stage.
So Erika faces Sarah, and these are two archers who I believe have met before in international competition. Let's talk a little bit about Erika. She started shooting, I think, at the age of 7, and she just absolutely dominated through her youth years in the collegiate division, came out swinging as an adult shooter. I think she started shooting as an adult around the age of 17 or 18, and immediately rose to the top of the U.S. rankings, and in fact, the world rankings, absolutely dominating the World Cup and international circuit, World Championships medals to her credit. She is back after an extended leave, having her young son Clayton, and she is ready to see if she can get it done again after an extended break.
It's great to see her come back and just really start right at the top of the pile, like she never missed a beat.
Erika is one of the toughest, most formidable competitors out there. She has a fierce game face. She has an incredibly strong mental game, and she is one shooter that you'd always want to have the pleasure of facing, but you don't want to face when the money's on the line.
Exactly, and both ladies come out of the gate with the 11. Now, again, this is the first place or gold medal match. Erika comes out with 22 for her first 2 arrows.
On fire. And here's Sarah. Let's see how she answers. She knows she's up against one of the best in the world, but she herself is one of the best in the world.
22 for her to match. She's not dropped an arrow in quite a while.
This is going to be such a good matchup. We should see very high caliber quality shooting from both of these ladies. Little tremble from Erika. She still pulls it out, barely catches the 10.
Might catch that 10 there. And what we mean by that, for some of the people who are tuning in to watch for the very first time, is to get the higher score. Now, most of her arrow landed in the 9, but all she has to do is touch the line for the next highest score.
You can remain on the stage, please, throughout the event. That's okay. There you go. Okay. All right. Erika, welcome to the Lancaster Archery Classic. How's your weekend going? How did your qualification score go on Friday?
Qualification was a little rough. I was able to make some changes to things and had a better elimination rounds.
Great, yeah. To make it up here onto the stage, your qualification rounds must have gone well, or excuse me, your eliminations have to go well. A lot of tough matches just to get here to be on the stage. Sarah, perfect end, very nice shooting. How you feeling?
Still shaking.
Very good. I'd be disappointed.
Yeah, it's kind of, I'm just nervous.
It's our job here at Lancaster Archery with this classic. We want to take and make this as pressure-packed as we possibly can to make it the ultimate challenge. And you're doing fantastic. Keep it up. Okay. Score 32-33. 1 point advantage for Sarah. Sarah, do you choose to shoot first or second? Second. Erika will lead off.
So the man in the vest here is Rob Koffold. He is the owner of Lancaster Archery Supply, and he and his wife Carol are the hosts of this Lancaster Archery Classic here in the True Ball Excel Archery Hall, the live broadcast brought to you by Hoyt. You could see Erika taking a minute to compose herself as Erika begins to shoot. In the coach's box for her, Christy Collin, her longtime friend, fellow competitor, former U.S. teammate, also coming back to competitive national and international archery after an extended break. Erika grimacing as she releases that arrow. It's a little tall out the top of the 10. She still catches the 10.
Sarah pulls out a 10, and so she's not able to capitalize and take an additional point. And you got to wonder, if Erika's thinking about some of the contingency money and the added pressure for the payoff here, Hoyt is paying $2,000 for the win, $1,000 for second place. Matthews, on the other hand, where Sarah is shooting, the bow company she's shooting for is a huge spread. It's $4,000 for the win, $1,000 for second place. So very motivated to try to pull this out and capitalize. However, still need to win the match to do that.
What's really remarkable about watching Erika shoot, having followed her for many years and covered her working with USA Archery and World Archery, is that her shot looks exactly the same. It looks like she never stepped off the World Cup stage from 2 or 3 years ago.
Great finish from Sarah. She's able to capitalize and take a point.
32, 31, nice shooting. Very good. I see you cleaning the sweat from your hand, and that's completely normal. The folks at home, they feel nervous when they're in a match situation, and it's important that they know that every archer feels that anxiety and just learns how to deal with it. And it's amazing to see you deal with it very well. Nice shooting. Erika, again, you have lots of experience here and getting back into things. How does this stage compare to others that you've been on all across the world?
This is excellent. I mean, we've got a good crowd here. Awesome. It's really cool, the lighting, how it works, and kind of putting spotlights on us and the targets, kind of like memes. And so, yeah, very neat.
Very good. Well, thank you, and welcome back to the Lancaster Archery Classic, Erika. Okay, it looks like our match, we've got 65-63 at the halfway point. 2-point lead for Sarah. She will shoot second.
Wow,
So-
Sarah opts to shoot second. I think it's the first time we've seen that today. Most of the time the archer's in the lead. Of course, if you're in the lead, you have the option to choose whether you shoot first or shoot second to put the pressure on your opponent. And she deferred to let Erika shoot first and see if she can capitalize.
Erika with a nice, slow, steady shot here. She is a 2-time champion of this event. She won in
She
2010, 2012. Shooting just like that is what may put her back on the podium. But first she has to overcome this 2-point deficit to Sarah Sönnichsen.
That will be an unofficial 10, but it looks like it could grab the 11. Erika picks up one of the 2 points she needs to put herself back in the match. She needs to have that happen at least one more time. There's a big laugh from the crowd there. Hopefully that doesn't distract her, and it doesn't.
11 points. Really
11.
nice shot.
So Sarah needs to match that to keep her lead. And she does. Solid 11. Wearing the center out of that target. Nothing even close to the 10 line on that center dot. Now, very likely after this third end, they will change those faces. Center punched. Erika shoots a 33. That's the best she can do for this match. Very likely that they're going to change these faces out for the last end because it's such a tight match. And another 11 from Sarah, so she maintains a 1-point lead going into the final end.
I'm good.
Nice shooting, perfect end that time. Tough match here, 33-32, 1-point differential. Sarah has a 1-point lead over Erika going into the last end. Erika, let's talk about your gear just a little bit. I see you're shooting a Hoyt bow, one of the new ones, and talk about the rest of your gear.
Yeah, I'm shooting Shibuya sight, specialty scope, spot hog, rest, Doinker stabilizers, my Easton X23s, Carter only, Brillies.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, we're ready to go. We've got arrows coming back from Erika. There is a line call that's being done for Sarah now on that top arrow. That one was very, very close, too close to call with the scope.
So it looks like we've got a liner there, and we're going to see how that gets called. But in the meantime, it looks like we've got a 97-96 match here, still in favor of Sarah Sönnichsen. We'll see what happens.
Hi, Teresa. PJ, back on the line here, just jumping in for Truck briefly.
Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
folks. We got PJ Riley here in the booth, and we're having a great time commentating this match between world number 3 Sarah Sönnichsen and former world number 1 Erika Jones, who is just an absolute game-face, tough competitor to face on any day. She's back after an extended absence to have her child. She had a beautiful boy named Clayton, and now she's up here shooting, and it looks like she has never missed a beat, PJ.
Former two-time champ here, LAS Classic. She won this twice, so she's no stranger to this event, that's for sure. Look at her. She is rock steady there with her hold.
Very, very solid. Let's see how she executes this shot. Boom. Right in
Look
the
at that.
11. Now, Erika needs to hit that 11 right now. She's in a little bit of a deficit situation.
Yep. Can't afford any mistakes. Got that 11.
Good shot from Sarah Sönnichsen. That's what it takes to be number 3 in the world. Sarah is only 21 years old and has really come on very strong the last couple years, facing all the world's best women, except, I think, Erika Jones. I think these two archers may have sort of missed each other. Just as Erika was taking a break, Sarah was coming in and getting really hot internationally. So unsure if these two have faced each other in a final before.
Sarah's not going to give up, that's for sure. She is 11-11. This is hers to win.
These are the matches that Erika loves. She tends to do very, very well like this. Let's see what happens here. Good shot.
Finished with an 11. That's all she can do.
Now at this point, it's up to Sarah. We have to see what she does.
She just looks so cool and calm up there, like nothing affects her. Look at that.
It's her match.
Perfect.
Amazing match. Looks like of 130 to 129. Second place was $1,500 for Erika. Erika, that was a great run, $1,500. Any contingency? Hoyt contingency for $1,000 as well. Nice payday, a nice weekend. Congratulations. And Sarah, congratulations for winning $3,000 for the Lancaster Archery Classic. Excuse me? $4,000 for the Lancaster Archery Classic. And what? $4,000 for Matthews. Excuse me. $3,000 from Lancaster Archery and $4,000 from your sponsor, Matthews, for winning the Lancaster Archery Classic. $7,000. Let's give Sarah, the whole way from Denmark, a hand. How are you feeling now?
I'm shaking really, really bad. It's insane. But it's really, really good. It's great experience, great competition. Yeah.
Please bring your entire country with you next year.
I will. I promised Martin Damsgaard to say hi, so hey.
Martin's a good friend of Lancaster Archery. Martin is with Baldor's Archery in Denmark, and very, very great shop over in Europe. Thank you so much for coming. Ladies, come on down. Let's give them all a hand.
Fantastic shooting from a very emotional Sarah Sönnichsen. She did an amazing job facing a very formidable competitor, and this has just been an outstanding time watching the very high level of competition, PJ, in the Women's Open Pro Division.
Unbelievable shooting there. That's as good a shooting as you could see anywhere.
We're going to go to a commercial break right now. We'll be back with you with the Men's Pro Division.